Hello everyone, and welcome to Mr. B's short English lesson. Today we talk about the comparison of adjectives. When we talk about adjectives, you have to know that they usually are in front of the noun or after is, and they describe the noun. Examples of adjectives: the tall boy, the famous star. This exercise is easy. In green you can see the adjectives, and all these adjectives describe a noun. In this case, the nouns are boy, star, and exercise. As you can see in the first two examples, the adjectives are in front of the noun, and in the last example, the adjective is after is. So now let's talk about the comparison of adjectives. Here we have two tickets. One is for €2 and one is for €4. And we talk about the adjective cheap. So as you can see, you can make a sentence. The purple ticket is cheap than the yellow ticket. And in order to make a comparison, you need to say the purple ticket is cheaper than the yellow ticket. And very important, when you want to compare something, you need the then after the adjective. Let's look at another example. We have here a cube and another cube. And let's talk about the adjective small. So the green cube is smaller than the blue cube. Again, you have the adjective with er and afterwards a then to compare the two things. So, when we talk about comparison of adjectives, you have the adjective plus er and a then. Very important, this works only when you have adjectives that have one syllable, like small, old, new, tall, or cheap. You have to be careful with the writing in some places, because when you look at nice, you have nicer than. When you have big, you have bigger than, and hot is hotter than. And as you can see, there are some problems, because after a silent E, you only have an R. You don't have to add ER, because there is already an E there. And when you have to double the consonant after a short vowel, like in big, hot, for example, or fit would be another example. So, when we talk about adjectives with two syllables and a Y in the end, then you have to do something special too, like easy or happy. Because this is easier than and happier than. And as you can see here, you have to change the Y to an I, and then you have to add the ER and the then. So, lastly, we'll look at adjectives with two or more syllables, like famous or interesting. They have 2 and 3 syllables, and then you have to use more. So famous is something is more famous than, and interesting is something is more interesting than something else. For example, this star is more famous than the other star. So you don't need ER when you have adjectives with 2 or more syllables. You have to use more than the adjective and then. No ER at the adjective. Be careful. So much for comparison of adjectives with ER and more. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.